Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're full of shit. That doesn't take very long to spot either, does it? Take you about the same amount of time. You'll be listening to some guy and say, well, he's fairly intelligent. He's full of shit.
So, guys. I have tried to just expand my repertoire. Of course we I don't know, I didn't speak about this the last time I streamed. So I start watching the I hate the fact that I already hate fucking right-wing grifters, but I hate left-wing grifters even more. And you know what fucking pisses me off is this stream of left-wing grifters. So not to put people on the left wing anywhere outside the realm of doing shit for their own politics or their own, self-aggrandizement or their own just monetary value or things of that nature. It just pisses me off. I mean, it's one of those things where it's just what you're doing is just fomenting. It's not something that is helpful to the cause, but to your motherfucking pocket. And it pisses me off like a motherfucker. At a point where it's just fuck. And what pisses me off even more, what definitely pisses me off even more, is when people are stupid about shit, man. When people don't take the time to fucking realize the bullshit that they're fucking speaking. When somebody is just bloviating, just garbage, and the only thing they are doing is just well, because my outrage, because my anger, but when it really says because my motherfucking wallet. And I want to actually do this. What's actually great about this in here? Let me just pull this up because motherfucking Michael Brooks said it. Said it fucking awesome. I'm gonna actually pull it up and let's actually play this shit.
Compromises. There was some weakenings in the system. Revolutionaries were able to seize on that.
Hold on, let me bring it up. See if I can actually pull it up right here. Here we go.
Intentionally saying, I'm going to take a situation, and by the way, this is not somebody who was saying in the middle of the country who's look, I've been fucked over by the political establishment. I've been abused by players on both sides, and I'm done. I'm through with it. I'm not voting. Or maybe I've been sucked in by the Trump scam. Or maybe I'm doing a protest vote.
I have no judgment for those people. No comment. But if you're a political commentator sitting on your ass in LA who doesn't do basic research and is playing with people's lives because of a fantasy scenario in your head about what could be, that has been debunked through every step of this administration. Okay, here's what's happened. No, there wasn't a filibuster on the Supreme Court. Gorsuch is there. There's cases coming down that will radically deepen the war on organized labor in this country, on public sector unions. You think there's going to be any type of left without Labor Party power in this country? Without labor power? There's no left in the world that didn't have labor power. Now, did Democrats sell out labor and take corporate contributions? Absolutely. So your answer to a revanchist far right that's doing even more than any previous administration on labor is to go back into history and bitch about Democrats fucking up on that issue. What we on the actual left who care about actually achieving things are doing is fighting all of these fronts simultaneously. But actually, in fact, focusing now on the main threat. I said if you were in a swing state, vote for Hillary because I wanted to keep the main threat and the main problem be those fucking neoliberals and corporatists that we do have to defeat, not galloping fascists. But you know what? It's a good business model. Outrage is a good business model, and it's easy click content. Why figure out a Supreme Court ruling when you can endlessly bitch about an MSNBC segment?
So you guys know that, like, I'm not one to just sit back and, you know, bloviate and shit like that about how we should just follow somebody just for the hell of it. But when it comes to actually talking about, actually having a conversation about how somebody sit back and just is using outrage for political theater, for theater, without learning shit, without taking the time to research or learn some of the most basic facts. This is what we have. This is what we're leading to. We're leading to a goddamn Jimmy Dore fucking clip where he praises the Boogaloo Boys. So let's hear this bullshit. Let's hear this bullshit. Come on up. Why isn't it coming up? Let's hear this bullshit.
So President Biden today, he was sworn in, and he's emphasizing unity in his first speech.
To restore the soul and secure the future of America requires so much more than words. It requires the most elusive of all things.
He always looks like he just smelled something, right? When he's talking, he always looks like, oh. And when he says restore the soul, I think he means at a record store. I think that's what he's thinking about.
That shit wasn't funny. Like, say what the fuck you will. This neoliberal bullshit about, oh yeah, we're fighting for the soul of the country. But, fuck. We came close to fascism. But you know what? Jimmy Dore doesn't give a fuck about that. He literally had said in the video that Trump would be good for the Democratic Party. But fuck him. Let's go.
In a democracy, unity. With unity, we can do great things, important things. We can right wrongs. We can put people to work in good jobs. We can teach our children in safe schools. Jeez. We can overcome the deadly virus.
How about
we can reward work and rebuild the middle class and make healthcare secure for all.
How? How are you going to do those things? They just say good things. We're going to make everybody handsome and tall and blonde and pretty, and everybody's going to have food and clothes and money, and we're going to bring peace everywhere. How? I don't know. This is nuts.
We can deliver racial.
He's just sitting back and, like, okay, I get it. I know it seems as if I'm playing the part of the hypocrite. Cool. And I make no bones about how I'm just sitting back and just taking pot shots at the man. I'm not. That's what I'm doing. I'm literally sitting back taking pot shots at Jimmy Dore and his fucking stupid ass show full of his heckling hyena crowd. Like, the fact is, I don't offer to make policy prescriptions in a meaningful way. I don't. And the times that I do, it's not just me taking pot shots at this man. But let's finish. Let's hear him talk.
Justice, and we can make America once again.
The guy who wrote the crime bill.
Gee,
The guy who wrote the guy who almost single-handedly exploded the prison population, giving us slave labor inside of our prison industry. This guy, he just said that.
and his vice president helped him along.
And his
with
vice
it.
president helped him along.
The leading force for good in the world.
The leading, when in the fuck were we ever the leading force for good in the world? When was that? 1940?
Come on, Mac. You know when that was the thing. That time. You know the thing.
You know, this is the shit that kind of pisses me off. Or a 40, 50-year-old Jimmy is. It's almost as if he's taking his Babby's first steps into politics. Like, he acts as if the 2016 election was the first election that he's actually been in. You know how you get those college kids where they 18 and like, and I can talk about it because I was that motherfucker. Like, they first election that they voted in and they lost. And it's just like, and then they turn sour for a few years and then they think like, not that they gonna just jump into the establishment and then sell the fuck out, but they think, okay, we have to come up with a new strategy and they keep fighting it. Like, yeah, Jimmy has never gotten into that, okay, fuck the establishment and then go into like, how do we make our moves better? Like, no, he's still in that, fuck the establishment. Fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. And it's like, dude, like, no, like, that's not like, and it's never coming up with a plan. And I am one of those people that's never like, you gotta change the monster from inside the belly of the beast. No, because it usually means that you've already been devoured. But you have to go into the cave to fight the motherfucker. Jimmy's like, no, we're not going into the cave. We're not going into the cave. We're going to sit back and tell every hero that comes by. I'm using heroes as a metaphor. But we're going to tell every hero that comes by that if you go into that cave, you're going to get devoured. No matter how much weapons you have, no matter how much skills, no matter how much commitment, it's if you go into that motherfucking cave, you're going to get devoured. And that is true for a lot of people. But not everybody. People go into politics to fucking fight. God. And when you actually see people who, like, let's continue.
So here's a guy. There's a guy who's.
Are you looking for a way to make some extra?
Up. Skip. Sorry about that, guys.
A man who aligns with Boogaloo Boys. Who are the Boogaloo Boys? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Do you, Ron?
I don't.
Is that
know
like the
exactly.
Proud Boys?
I think
Steph, look
so.
up Boogaloo
I'll look at
Boys.
Boogaloo. My guess is they're the Proud Boys who like to dance.
I think they're probably.
Yeah. Congratulations, guys. A person that has 1 million sub channel. Oh, not even 1 million sub channel. Oh, God. Almost 1 million sub channel that does left-wing politics, who actually reviews left-wing politics, doesn't know who the Boogaloo Boys are. He's got his mind and his nose, he has his mind so focused and his nose so focused to the grind that he doesn't know who the Boogaloo Boys are. Yeah. For all the motherfuckers, all the Jimmy Dore fans that come into my fucking comment section who complain that I'm just like the liberals and I'm a radical liberal or I'm a boutique liberal. Your fucking hero that you stand so much for doesn't know who the Boogaloo Boys are. Doesn't know. This is some shit. This is some shit. And recently, let me see if I can find it. Open a new tab. I'm gonna bring it up. Shut up. Don't want to play that. Where is it? This motherfucker does a fucking stream where he interviews the radical Michigan anarchist seeks unity. You heard me right. The motherfucker does a fucking interview with the motherfuckers in Michigan who literally tried a plot to kidnap a motherfucking sitting governor. Yes. 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 But let's hear this video out.
Proud Boys with Rhythm. So this guy went to the state capitol in Michigan, and he gave this speech. Now, Ron, I want you to listen to this speech and tell me how much of this you agree with. Because we're told these people are maniacs.
Yes, they're a loosely organized, far-right, anti-government, and extremist political movement in the United States, according to Wiki.
Okay.
How do you do a fucking video on people, on what they're talking about, without fucking knowing who the fuck the Boogaloo Boys are? Now, it was dangerous when Jimmy was actually spouting off little bullshit ass hashtags. It was dangerous. It was irresponsible when he got into a debate with Sam Cedar, and I actually put that video up for my Patreons. When he's talking about we should let Trump win because it would cause the destruction of the Republican Party. But the fact is, you're platforming the Boogaloo Boys, who, not even just platforming, you're saying that they're good because they're against the establishment. You know who were against the establishment until they were? The Nazis. But fuck, let's continue.
Hey. So here's what he says.
Antifa, Boogaloo, and right-wing militias, they are the antibodies, not the disease that is destroying our country.
He included Antifa in that.
Yeah, I think he said BLM, Antifa, and then he also said
Boogaloo
and
yeah.
Proud Boys.
Yeah, so let me listen to it again.
BLM, Antifa, Boogaloo, and right-wing militias.
Yes, he says BLM, Antifa, Boogaloo, and right-wing militias are not the problem. That's what he's saying. Let's listen to it again.
And why? Oh my fucking God, why? When you hear somebody mention Antifa and BLM and Proud Boys are not the problem, you've completely lost the plot if you start agreeing with that bullshit. That's beyond enlightened centrist bullshit. That's just how. Like, really, dog? You have lost the motherfucking plot. You have. You've done it. You've lost the motherfucking plot. And, like, he's, like, I get it. The alt-right pipeline. Welcome Jimmy Dore to the start of the alt-right pipeline. Because you're trying to equivocate this bullshit. It's the same shit that Peter Coffin does, where, well, they obviously about the system, so we may take some good things and take some, even though they have some bad things. No, these people have radically different ideas and obvious solution of what the fucking problem is. The problem isn't just the establishment. And if you think the problem is the establishment, but these people, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, the right wing militias, you know what their solution is? Not to destroy the system to make it better for everybody. No, they want to become the system. But fuck, let's keep continuing.
Antifa, Boogaloo, and right-wing militias, they are the antibodies, not the disease that is destroying our country.
They are the antibodies, he says, not the disease destroying our country.
The disease is a country run by two corrupt political parties that do not care about you. So deeply incestuous with corporations that they are indistinguishable from each other. A government that spent 6 months debating whether to give their own people $600, but only 24 hours unanimously agreed to give billions of dollars to foreign tyrannical governments and corporations. A government that has bombed villages overseas my entire life for my supposed safety here. This is a call for unity. For all of American people that realize the true threat against us to come together. For every mother born...
Oh God, I can't. I fucking can't. Like, I'm listening to him listen to this shit. He is fucking grinning about it. But, like, let's just take a listen to those. Let's just take an idea, a thought experiment, if you will, of what those groups actually talk about. How many people in the right-wing militia actually care about, would actually say they care about the brown people of the world? How many people in those right-wing militias would actually say that they actually care about, they would, I don't know, make points to really stand against the Republican Party? Like, how many of those motherfucking right-wing positions? Wow, thank you, Ziggurat. Thank you, my friend. Like, how many motherfuckers would actually sit back in, like, God damn it, this fucking, as much as he says he's against the mainstream media, he just accepted the framing that the mainstream media does. But let's continue.
Our children that was killed by police, for every business crushed down by state lockdowns, for every broken soldier sent to fight wars that have no point. This is our last chance to avoid either a tyrannical government or a bloody and pointless civil war among American people who do not have that much against each other and have more in common than they realize. And a message to the government: we come in peace. We do not intend to commit violence, but I am pleading with you, with tears in my eyes and cracks in my voice. If you continue to oppress the American people, they will remain rational no longer.
Now, mind you, you come in peace. You fucking come in peace. Now, this is different from what BLM does. BLM doesn't come cosplaying fucking troops. These motherfuckers actually have military-like gear on. This motherfucker right here, and if you're looking at my mouse cursor, this isn't some sort of cane or something walking. This is a fucking weapon. We come in peace. You know who else came in peace until they didn't? The German Socialist Party. Well, the German National Socialist Party. They came in peace until they didn't. Fuck, let's continue.
Thank you.
What do you mean by that?
So what's happening there is a right-wing militia guy reaching out to the left-wing people in BLM and Antifa saying we have more in common.
No! Fuck no! fuck no. You know why BLM, why Antifa doesn't fucking get into bed with them? Because these are the motherfuckers before the riots in Washington, D.C. that was working with the fucking cops. These are the motherfuckers in Portland. These are the motherfuckers in all of those fucking protests that BLM did, that the fucking cops would actually sit back and motherfucking work to smash in the heads of protesters. These are the motherfuckers that Cal fucking Rittenhouse would sit back and would... No, they are not with BLM. They are not with Antifa. These motherfuckers are the same motherfuckers that was high-fiving cops and shit until they got out of hand. And Jimmy, if he would take the goddamn time to sit back and do some sort of fucking research other than this, I don't know. I'm a jack-off comedian. No, these motherfuckers and motherfuckers like him who don't take the fucking time to learn any way of out any political, like, fuck, I don't even know political theory, but I know how to read, how to watch the goddamn news. I know how a fucking system of government works. But motherfuckers like him that sit back and just use outrage as a motherfucking trip to the motherfucking bank or a way of motherfucking filling a hole inside of themselves. That you sit back and you try to tell BLM, who stands for Black Lives Matters as well, and stands for Antifa, which stands for anti-fascist, to join hands with the fucking fascists. And you call yourself somebody who knows enough to make a fucking policy to talk about a fraud squad. Fuck.
And our government wants us to think. Did you hear what he said? He said they can't give us $600. They could barely come up with $600 in a whole year, but they can come up with billions and trillions of dollars for international corporations and corrupt governments, foreign governments. We want to bring our soldiers home. I don't. Did he say anything there that you could disagree with, Ron?
Yeah, I mean, in theme, I think everything he's saying really just paints the picture of what's going on societally. I don't know if this guy's with any particular group or if he's just a guy making a speech. I mean, I don't know who he is, but yeah, I mean, I think he's right on that. It's like, this is the system that's suppressing the American people, that is, putting us in these endless wars, that has turned its back on everyone during a pandemic. And this is the problem. And, I mean, it just goes into that theme where it's like when stuff like this happens, and we've been talking about stuff.
Yo, fuck. And I see the fucking, I see the benefit of it all. I'm losing the best word. I see the benefit of it all. Shit. These are the shit, like, when you think about it, when you go back in history and you actually look, you go back in history and actually fucking look. These are the tools of fucking fascists. These are the tools of fucking authoritarians. Because what the fuck that they do? Well, let's do it. The Weimar Republic, they capitulated to international pressure and international companies. We lost a war that we shouldn't have lost. These people in power actually, like, this is the fucking trick of every fucking fascist or Nazi fucking group that wants to fucking assume power. And you know the first people that they take out the fucking socialists. They take out the fucking unionists. They take out anybody that has the actual intentions of helping out the people. They take them out so their narrative can be the first one that gets heard. These motherfucking Proud Boys, these motherfucking Boogaloo boards don't give a fuck about people's material conditions. But it's a fucking tool for them so they can actually use it to become more fucking powerful. And you're fucking agreeing with them. I would agree with people who want solutions to the problem, not just a fucking problem. Because that is only superficial. fuck?
Like this for 4 years. What happens when people are oppressed, when a system is completely broken and has thrown working people over the boat? People turn to demagogues. People, are desperate. People have nowhere to turn, and that's where our society is at. And the system is unbroken. The system continues. And today, you kind of saw a lot of that just going on today, where you just had these super wealthy elite people patting each other on the back. You had, I mean, even, and I watched a lot of the inauguration, and it was pretty cringe throughout most of it. I mean, Lady Gaga had a pin on that looked like something out of the Hunger Games, which was very poetically appropriate, considering what's going on at the world at large. So yeah, I mean, I think that really captures the frustrations of what's really going on in our society.
Now, granted, like, I was one of those motherfuckers, just like, and I give it, I give it to somebody who's like, yo, the inauguration is pomp and circumstance for, no fucking reason. When I got hired, I didn't have a national motherfucking broadcast of me actually just getting hired. And you know what? Fuck. It sounds a little salty. I'm joking. But it is the start, not the end, the start of the end of our long national nightmare. But these motherfuckers didn't say this. We didn't have videos from Jimmy Dore when Trump got elected. He was happy about it because, we're going to destroy the Republican Party. The fuck? The fuck? You literally, this is, all this is I hate the establishment, which originally I hate Hillary Clinton, and then it transferred to Nancy Pelosi. Now it's going to transfer to Joe Biden, sort of, kind of. But, like, how do you see this shit? Fuck.
That's remarkable. I think that's a really remarkable piece of video. And of course, people will disparage that guy and they'll disparage. So what this does is scares the establishment. It scares the neoliberals, because the last thing they want to see is the left and the right, the populist left and the populist right come together, because they know it's over for them. And so they're the ones trying to divide us. And we got to keep that in mind. So when Fred Hampton, now Chris Hedges came on our show, and he knows a lot more about stuff than I do. And he said that when they killed Fred Hampton was when Fred Hampton started reaching out and working with the racist working class whites. And as soon as they saw him doing that, that's when they killed him.
All right. Wow.
What kind of stuff are they giving you the most trouble about in terms of censorship? Is it nudity or language?
Close. What gets me is, with Jimmy Dore, is the fact that he doesn't take any lessons from anything. All he takes is outrage. All he takes is a sense of, you should be mad at the establishment, but never actually gives a way of resolving people's issues other than just like, boo establishment. And like, this isn't going to be the last video that I do on Jimmy Dore. Like I said, I had a Patreon video that I'm going to release Friday for my I released it already for the patrons. But the fact is, this shit is dangerous. This is a reason why so many people start on the stochastic terrorism shit. I can't speak. Of the alt-right pipeline. And it's just disgusting. It's just fucking disgusting. Because you would think somebody who's been doing this for fucking years, you would think somebody who's done this for years would actually have more responsibilities. And no. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody who's watched. If you're watching on live, thank you for sticking around. And if you're watching this on future playback, please like, share, and subscribe. And you know what? If you are subscribed, hit that little bell icon. YouTube doesn't let you know that I'm live or I've released a video. But I want to thank everybody, and thank you guys for watching.